What's happening, everybody? What's happening, everybody? I'm about to drop this thing. I'm about to drop some jewels on y'all, but I want to make sure that you hear me, though. You know, I chose this Rodney O and Joe Cooley classic. You don't hear me, though. I'm only down with my homies from the get-go. I ain't down with OPP in a sideshow. If you don't like it, then I'm going to... You know, this song right here, man, is so fitting because I'm about ready to get to drop this knowledge on y'all. But you don't hear me, though. You know, hey, y'all, what's going on? Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Oh, man. We got a lot to cover today. I'm not going to keep you guys long, but I want to make sure that I hit everything that I am intending to hit because this right here is going to help a lot of people out. It's going to help a lot of people out. First of all, I've been forgetting a lot of things here lately. One, I got to pay some bills. So first of all, this show is brought to you in part by Premier Leather Crafting, where you can get all of your custom leather designs done from Premier Leather Crafting that comes with a lifetime guarantee, as well as long as you own the piece, you can, if you think of it, if you can dream it, it can come to fruition and become a reality in the world of leather. So give Premier Leather Crafters a call. You can find them all over the place. That's me. You can give them a call. Check them out on social media. They have pictures and everything and stuff for you guys to see. It's also brought to you in part also by a book, RDM Online, where you can go in and learn the things you need to learn as far as scaling and blowing up your business and creating passive income. So let's get this rolling, ladies and gentlemen. Today's show is nobody said it was going to be easy. And I want everybody to understand where I'm going with this. Because there are a lot of times that we think that having our own business, life is going to get easy. The one thing that people will tell you is not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. I promise you, and I promise you. It's not going to be easy, but it will be worth it, ladies and gentlemen. And all of your sacrifices, all of your hard work, all of the late nights, all of the baseball games, the basketball games, the band recitals, the piano lessons, the gymnastics class, all of that, ladies and gentlemen, will be worth it. Just like we coach you in minimizing your spending on the front end to maximize your profits on the back end, one of the things that we teach in DTM, and I want everybody to understand, the first conversation you need to have right after speaking with myself or one of the other coaches, the first conversation immediately you need to have is, one, whatever higher power you believe doesn't make any difference to us. I don't care if you believe in this microphone, you know. It's not for me, but if it's for you, do you. But that's the first conversation you need to have right after talking with one of the coaching staff is you need to talk to your significant other after you talk to your higher power to make sure that you are making the best decision. Now, the reason being that you want to talk with your significant other, your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the case may be, especially if you're in a long-term relationship, is all of the sacrifices you are going to make is going to involve your family buying into where you are taking. So when you're putting your plan together, you have to give your partner, your significant other, the person that you are saying you're going to be with, You have to create a timeline. You have to create a timeline for those people. And the reason you want to create that timeline for those people is because they 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 are hoping and they are believing in what you're saying, and they're putting their trust into you. So you have to give them a timeline on when this is going to start coming together. Now, why do I say that, Robert? Why do you say that, Robert? I'm gonna tell you why I say that. One, um, if you're starting this journey, there's going to be a lot of things that you're going to miss, and your partner, your significant other, your husband, your wife, they're going to have to cover. They're going to have to close the gap. They are going to have to close the gap and go to bat for you because, especially when you're dealing with children, they won't understand why you're not there. And you have to have that person, the person you're with, go to bat for you to smooth that on. I've said this a lot of times when I'm on stage, and this is one of the primary things when I'm speaking to people. Uh, you want to have that conversation first because, be it your husband or your wife, they're going to be there to close that gap. Now, the next thing you're going to have to do is sometimes we can go off into the weeds and veer off course a little bit, and the person that you are with, they can bring you back on track. Hey, listen, now you said a year, you said 2 years, you was going to be here. And then you don't want to walk into that situation to where it's going to be uh, when you're coming in and you're tired, you got up early in the morning, and you really sometimes you just want to go to bed and go to sleep. You don't want to talk. You don't want to do anything. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, it's coming. I'm just telling you, nobody said it's going to be easy. And you have to be aware of everything that it encompasses. One is not going to be easy. Because I can tell you this. I was just speaking with a customer today, and I was telling them it was a lot easier being a regular employee. And I'm telling you honestly, well, as far as my life schedule, because I knew that I was trading my dollars for time, but all I had to do was give them 40 hours. And if I didn't want to work or overtime, I didn't. I didn't. But if I did based on whatever else I had going on outside in life. But it was a lot easier. You can dial in, and you, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know this as well as I do. You can dial in that work schedule from that boss. If you work 6 to 2 like I did, you knew, all right, I'm gonna get there at 5:30 and I'm out the door at 2:10. You know, some of these employees they done got to the point to where you got to stay 8 minutes over, you know. But they want you to be there early, clock in early, and stay 8 minutes late. So a lot of times in situations you can't clock out right at 2. But it was an easy schedule to go by. So I knew after 2 o'clock if I needed to go to the store or go to the shop and do some leather work, or if I needed to go and talk to this person on a conference, I could set up my whole entire schedule while I was building this business. I knew when I was working on the book, I knew when I was getting off work, and I knew from 3 to 5, I'm working on the book, right? But when you become an entrepreneur, when you become a business owner, we work double those 8 hours a day, especially when you're moving products. When you're moving products, ladies and gentlemen, I sell to people all over the country, and let alone North America, all over the world in some cases. And everybody's on a different time zone. So if I'm in the bed sleeping at 9 or 10, Guess what time it is on the West Coast? It's 6 p.m. And these people are still getting up and they raring to go, and I'm going to bed. I heard a statement that says from Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey said, "You cannot sleep 8 hours a day. That's a third of your life. A third. A third of your life is sleeping. You can't do that in this business, ladies and gentlemen. When you're talking about living life on your own terms and firing your boss, you can't sleep 8 hours a day because it's people making decisions about your money and about your life, especially if you live on the West Coast. Because just like it is, it's 6 a.m. on the West Coast, and you're trying to sleep in till 7 and 8, 9. Stock markets on the East Coast have already been up and in operation for 2 hours. You can't afford 8 hours a day of sleep when you are going after your dream. You have no time. So this is why that conversation with your husband, your wife, or your significant other, whoever you are with, even with now, it's hard for children to understand adult situations because they're not going to understand that daddy or mama is trying to go after this business so they can have a better future. They won't understand that at certain ages. Even at teenage, they won't understand that. But your partner, your wife, your husband or your wife, they will go to bat for you and close that gap. Because all they're going to see is my mama not here, my daddy not here. And you need that person, the person in your life that's okay. They said they all in, they're all in. Now they believe in what you said. Okay, listen, baby, I know this is your dream. I know this is all you talk about. I know this is where you want to go. So you just have to give them a timeline on when you're gonna get there. Thank y'all for coming in because I'm dropping some jewels today about this life, this business that we call, or this thing that we want to be a part of our lives. So you have to have your significant other there to close the gap and talk to the shit. Well, y'all know daddy working. Y'all know that mama's working. And then they can smooth that over. Now, once you get on that, you're on the train and you're on your journey. The next thing that's going to come at you is friends and family. Friends and family are going to be the ones who come at you because they're going to tell you because the majority of them are already caught up into the regular program that we have all been force fed. So your friends and family are going to come at you not in an aggressive way, but they're going to always constantly remind you you can't spend all that time away from no children and because they caught up already. And it's not the crabs in the bucket mentality just yet, but it's that you ought to just get you a job and work and sit at home and take care of your family like the rest of us. Those are what I call dream robbers. They have already been robbed of their dream. They are already satisfied with going through life and dying safely. But y'all don't hear me though. You don't hear me though. They are already satisfied with going through life and dying safely. If you don't want to, if you don't want to cause no waves, if you don't want to do anything spectacular, if you don't want to leave your name on this planet when your physical presence leaves here, just be regular. Just be like everybody else. You'll blend right on in with the rest of the herd and be lulled to sleep with a lifelong list of regrets of shoulda, woulda, coulda. Now, so they're gonna come at you, your friends, and it's gonna look like, hey man, we don't ever see you no more. We going to shoot ball. Oh man, I'm working my dream. See, that's what I did when I made the decision to fully invest into this and go all in. The best part about when I first started this journey was I was already a single man, but I had daughters that didn't really understand. Luckily for me, I had a family system that my family was there to back me up and let them know, hey, listen, because I wanted and that was a time for my children to really get to know their uncles and their aunts and their grandmother. So I had a family support system, but a lot of people don't have that. See, nobody said it was going to be easy, but it will be worth it. Now, friends and family come, man, I don't see you no more. Man, hey, you need to just again, just get you a job and be like the rest. But I'm gonna tell you how you know what your purpose is. See, I found out my purpose. And my purpose, I couldn't abandon what my purpose was. My purpose was to show each and every one of you that there is enough money out here for all of us to eat. We all can live the life that we see on TV, that we see people that other people have, and we don't have to be out there in the streets. We don't have to be out there and lose our morals, lose our character, and lose our name. We don't have to do all that. But by me being blessed and fortunate enough to be around someone who was willing to teach me, I had to come back because now that's the first time out of almost 50 years of living, these past 7 years was when I said, that's it. That's it. Everybody doesn't have that inside track to be around someone of the magnitude and the level, a successful level as my advisor. I mean, now there are all types of people inside of our own communities. That's true. But the ones that's willing to teach us the game, that's the difference. But anyway, it wasn't easy, ladies and gentlemen. I cut out a lot of things in order to be in the position, in the place that I am. I remember when the leather business starts taking off, and I'm starting to get a little bit of money, and I'm starting to now I don't have all of that headache and stress over the top of my head, and I'm just like, whoo, it was paying off. But the funny part about it was people saw the after effect, but they didn't see that I had been eating hot dogs, chicken hot dogs. I don't eat pork, but I had stopped going out to eat. I had stopped going to the movies. I cut out cable, completely cut cable out. People be spending man over $200 a month in cable to watch the same shows over and over and over again, reruns everywhere. I was probably one of the first cable cutters, and that's what they call the technical term, cable cutter. I literally took some snips, went outside, and I cut that cable wire all the way flush with the house where it came into the house. I cut that cable wire flush. No more cable. In turn, I started streaming. Now back then, at that time, you could stream. Hulu was only like $39. So I brought my cable bill from 173 a month down to 39.99 a month. And that's just because I had to. I didn't say I had to have, but I did. I wanted to keep Disney and Nickelodeon because I had children, young girls at that time. So I wanted to have them something to watch while I'm still out here in this garage or out here at my first house. I had converted a bedroom to my shop. Then when I moved, and then I converted my garage to the shop, and I wanted to make sure that they were entertained long enough till I got some pieces done, and then I could come in and spend some time with them. Mm. Nobody said it was going to be easy. So cut the cable. I was standing in line at the power company one time, and I saw this little video that came across the little TV about how to save power by switching all of the clandestine bulbs out to the fluorescent, to the spiral fluorescent bulb. Now, what that video didn't say, the video didn't say that those bulbs were $7 to $9 a piece, but it said it was going to drop my energy bill monthly. Mm, okay. And then it said there are peak hours on your power. It's from 7 a.m. in the morning to 7 p.m. at night. That's why every time you turn on some lights and you plug something in, that little meter on that box is just going back. So, the best time is it says if you need to wash and dry, you want to do it before 7 or after 7, and that will drop your power bill. See, I was so serious about minimizing my spending on the front end to maximize my profits on the back. I went to Walmart then and bought all the spiral bulbs that were going into my lamp. I even switched out the lamps, the light fixtures in my kitchen and in my bathroom and all of the bedrooms. I put in fluorescent light bulbs. We have a store back in Gaston where you can go and get overstock stuff that where people then built houses or some type of office building, and they had these 2 foot fluorescent bulb fixtures, and they had the 4 foot fluorescent bulb fixtures. So for those of you who know me and y'all was you come to my home, you knew those kitchens that those lights that was in the kitchen and the lights that was in the. And here's the thing, family: fluorescent bulbs are brighter, but they pull less power. This is why the power company was telling you to convert from clandestine, that little wire in the bulb, to fluorescent bulbs. Fluorescent lights are gas based. So once it heats up the gas in those tubes, and then they last longer. Brighter, last longer, lower your power bill. Win-win situation. I was on it. This is how dedicated I was to firing my boss and living my dream. Now, some people will be listening to this or watching this, and they'll be like, man, that dude's crazy. Take it how you want to, but it paid off. Let me tell y'all, my power bill never got over $115. My gas bill, well, I have propane, so that was on its own thing. My water bill never got over $8 because when you wash and you dry, you wash. Now, when I wash clothes on Saturday, so I'm out cutting grass, so nothing else in the house was on. And then if I dried, I'll go in, change them out, put them in the dryer, and I'm back outside and I'm weedy. When I took a shower, ladies and gentlemen, you don't need lights to take a shower. I was serious about that fact. You know, I'm pretty sure you know where everything is. That you don't need lights to see if you wash there. I was serious about it. See, nobody said it was going to be easy, but I'm telling you, it was worth it. It was worth it. If you weren't in the room, no lights need to be on. You don't need to light up a room that you're not in. You don't need to stand there with the refrigerator open. Oh man, I can hear my dad stand there. With make up your mind what you want before you even go in the refrigerator. You just got the refrigerator. But that's true. I kept my air and I kept my AC and my heat on the same temperature all year long, 70 degrees. So even when it went to the winter time, I just switched it over to heat and it was 70 degrees. So if somebody was saying, it's too hot in here, well, hey, go in there, take you a shower, cool off, drop your body temperature, eat a cup of ice. It's too cold in here. Go in there and put some clothes on. Put some socks on your feet. If you keep your extremities warm, your body will stay warm. I was serious about that thing, ladies and gentlemen, because I nobody said it was going to be easy. Completely cut out going out to eat. Add up all of the money that you spend on going out to eat. Now, some people are going to come and they're going to watch it and say, "I'll eat out but once a week." Still, add that up every week and put that money into your business. And who can cook better than you besides mama? But I was serious about that. Stop going to the movie. There was extra money going out. I mean, that I was wasting going out. Stop going to bars. Stop going to clubs. I became a complete introvert hermit because what was going to come out on the other side worked it. Because I knew more than anybody else knew there was going to become a time. There was going to come a time when I can go out as much as I wanted. There was going to come a time when I'm going to drive what I want. There was going to come a time when I can just pack up. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give y'all the inside. My dream, one of my goals at that time was to go on vacation with no luggage, just go. That was a goal of mine. That was number one on my bucket list. Not Paris, not the Dominican, not Puerto Rico, not overseas, some other foreign country, Dubai, none of that stuff. I wanted to go on a vacation and not take anything. Just my idea why they call it. Whatever I needed, I was going to buy it when I got there. And once I got there and I was coming back, I was going to give it all away. Imagine that as a vacation. I put up a post, maybe it was last week. I think it was last week. Now, this is your first, and this is what I coach people in digital target marketing. Come up with a reasonable, believable goal. My goal, which I even teach people who take this course, plan a vacation. Now, and I ask you this: if you've ever taken, have you ever taken a whole year, not to plan a vacation? Now, come on, because I've been there. You plan that vacation a year down the road so you can save money every month to have money to go on vacation. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. If you've ever planned a vacation, but you had to save money to go on vacation, you need digital target marketing. Real talk. If you had to plan to save money to go on vacation, you need this course. Hold up. Let's make this even better. If you plan the vacation, but your vacation involves staying at relatives because it saves you money from getting a hotel room, you need digital target marketing. You need to book my service. Off the rip. I'm just being honest with you. And we've all done it. under the disguise of we're gonna kick it with family. But in all actuality, we didn't have enough money saved to put back for a room, and we do what we always do, especially in our culture. Now sometimes family don't mind you staying, but now you sleeping on couches, floors, extra bedrooms, putting pallets down, and it's just. I mean, we trick ourselves into believing that that is we just hanging out with family, but no, we just don't have the money for a hotel. And if we did, we don't want to spend the money on a hotel because then that limits our money on spending fun. What we want to contribute, it's easier to contribute $100 for food the whole week or the time that we're gonna be there. We'll go to Popeyes, buy a box of chicken, to feed everybody. We order Little Caesars to feed everybody. And y'all know, like I know, Little Caesars ain't but $5. You'll get a lot of people. When you get 3 pieces, well, you can feed 10 to 15 people. That's just being real. So my first goal was I want to go on vacation, no luggage. I want to stay in a 5-star or an Airbnb, whatever I need. I don't even want to pack a toothbrush. I'll buy it when I get there because every place that I know of, especially if you're inside the United States, everybody got a Dollar Tree, a Dollar General. You can go buy that stuff and then boom. If we going out, hey, look, we're gonna go hopefully at someplace warm, and all we gotta do is go buy t-shirts and shorts for real. No luggage. Go right through the TSA line. Pew! And get right on the plane, first class. Not coach, first class. I put a chapter in, and yeah, it was in the second book. It's different behind the curtain. And ladies and gentlemen, it is. If you have never flown first class, that should be one of your goals. Something that's simple. And it's not hard because it's only about $50 to $75 different from coach to first class. But I'm gonna tell you, first class is worth it. It's worth it. You don't have some little kid kicking the back of your chair, or you don't have some person with sleep apnea sawing logs over the airplane engine. I mean, you can hear him calling the hogs way out there in the pasture. Or you got somebody with the bobblehead, they can't control themselves and they always leaning on you, and you got to nudge them back over here. You don't have, or somebody who done gone to sleep and then it's like they automatic. They turn their head towards you and they sleeping with their mouth open. You like, oh Lord, it's worth it. Nobody said it was gonna be easy though. But that's what my mind was on. So whatever I was going through, I kept telling myself it's going to be worth it. It was hard. I'm telling you, it's hard, but it was worth it. After that, ladies and gentlemen, was hard. Once you start gaining and seeing a little success, even after I had started being pretty good on even keel, my advisor told me, he said, good, great. He called me up one time, I mean, out of the blue. He said, hey, Cowboy, they call me Cowboy. Hey, Cowboy, how's it going? And then I can't keep up. He said, great. Now, right in the middle of, I'm just telling him I can't keep up with work. He said, great. I need you to write a book. What? Dude, first of all, hold up. Stop the press. Stop the press. Honestly, transparent. And you guys already know. And I barely graduated. My city is 14.2 square miles. You can go from the east side to the west side in 10 to 15 minutes. And you want me to write a book? Who wants to hear anything I got to say from this little small country city that I'm in, who doesn't speak all that great English? I speak language. Well, I don't speak English at all. I speak American, but it's a lot of language in my speech. There's a lot of y'alls and unders and over there and fellows and get. You'll figure it out. Again, it wasn't easy. But by this time, I'm already in full blown entrepreneur mind and entrepreneur mode. Now, here's the funny part about that. Once you get in line with your purpose, because I always, even when I was doing the, as I still do, I'm doing the leather video. You guys can check me out on YouTube. I am giving people who want to come into this leather business, I'm giving them the lowdown. As it was you said back in the day, I'm giving them the skinny, the short version. Listen, you can do a lot with just 8 tools. You don't have to go out here like some of these crafters because in the leather industry, ladies and gentlemen, they will they will choke the life out of information. Once you have a leather crafter that's established and they're making a little money and they got a name for themselves in the leather business, I'll tell you what they do. They'll choke the life out of it. They don't want to share. Oh, but they want you to buy their pattern. Oh, they want you to take their courses and their classes in order for them to tell you it again. And then they've been crafting for all of these years, so they have 2 and 3 tools. Some of these crafters are making their own tools. And there I am. I'm telling you how you can make 72 patterns out of just 8 beginners tools. I'm showing them how, listen, if you turn this tool this way and turn that tool that way, you can come up with a whole new pattern. You can come up with, create a whole new geometrical shape. Boom. And I blew up that leather page from a nobody to 1,600 followers in less than a year. Now, why did I say that? It wasn't hard. I mean, yes, it was hard. First thing it was hard, ladies and gentlemen, was getting comfortable in front of this thing we call a camera and being able to speak and teach and give it. And you know what my advisor said? He said, just tell the truth. Ooh, wait a minute. I am telling the truth. No, the truth, ladies and gentlemen, is the only thing that don't need any help. It stand by itself. And if it's true to you, and this is what you really love to do, it'll just come out, flow like boom, page numbers start growing. People start commenting, saying, "Man, that's great info. Man, I never looked at it like this. Man, hey, you gonna keep this up? When are you gonna do another video?" Then I start being requested to teach people in places that I never had even been. I remember when I got the call to go in the Hobby Lobby to come in and teach class in Hobby Lobby. It had never ever happened to me before. So now you're starting to see it pay off. Now my belief is turning into knowing. So I know if I do this, I am going to get this. So all of that sacrifice and late night and staying up when I wanted to quit because it was hard, I was starting to pay off. Book drop. 12,337 people downloaded my book. I don't even know that many people, but it started to pop it. Boom, 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 boom. Next thing I know, then we're coming up and I secured and locked in one of the biggest deals that I've ever had. And now I got product in Bass Pro Shop. I lost that contract, honestly, transparency. I couldn't keep up with the demand. I couldn't keep up. I'm a one-man crafter and I couldn't keep up. And then I couldn't outsource the product, which that's what it would have been a perfect relationship. But I gotta respect my client, my customer. You don't want it outsourced. Can't keep up. But I would have never hit that level. And this is what I'm telling you. I would have never gotten to that level, ladies and gentlemen, if I hadn't started and went through all of the mind. This is why when I tell you I've stepped on every bomb that it is to step on to get to where I am now. I'm not where I am now because I know a lot. I got to where I am now because I did a lot of things wrong. And this is why when I started coming up with this system, I've done everything, absolutely, even to this day. Some stuff, as I continuously be on this journey, I I continuously grow every day. I learn something new every day, and I'm not afraid to ask and talk to the right people every opportunity I get. You know, T.I. Harris, Clifford T.I. Harris, the rapper, said something that was so profound. T.I. says, success happens when opportunity and preparation meet. I seize every opportunity and I'm always preparing myself. Why? Because I am always reading and researching and trying to better myself. So I can give this information to you to change your life. My success comes from making you successful. Now that's my purpose. Might not be yours. God gave you your own purpose. I was just found out that's what is mine. I tell people all the time, money is easy. Making money is easy. All you gotta do is find what your purpose is. You know how I tell people to find out what their purpose is? If time and money wasn't an issue, what would you really be doing? If you had the money and you had the time, what would you really be doing? And when you come up with that answer, ladies and gentlemen, that's your purpose. Then you live and you walk into your purpose. Other than that, the world has lulled you to sleep and they want you to be on the same what they call lullaby as the rest of the world. You know why there are so few people at the top? This is when the saying says it's lonely at the top because everybody else has been lulled to sleep. And it's not too many people in that entrepreneurial mode, into that mindset, not a entrepreneur, an entrepreneur. See, the rest of the world has been lulled to sleep by the program. Why do you think they call TV a television program? Because your mind has been programmed to sit in front of the boob tube for another 8 to 10, 12 hours. You know, the average American watches 8.9 hours of TV. 8.9 hours of TV. That means you watch TV just as much as you work. You watch more TV. Listen, it's only 24 hours in a day. Break that down. 24 hours in a day. 8.9, almost 9 full hours of TV. How many hours you got left? 15. 15. That is crazy. So when you take off 8 hours of sleep, well, no, let's do 8 hours of work. Some people, 10 hours. Now you only got 5 to 6 hours of sleep. So people will rather watch TV more than they sleep. This is why another reason why I say you don't need to be sleeping 8 hours a day. But let me throw this other fun fact that you got. You know how many hours people are on social media? 7.3. Hmm? Now add that up. 8.9 and 7.3 of TV and social media. Now, looking at this realistically, people are on social, they're pulling double duty. They're on social media and watching TV at the same time. Some people are all at work on social media. Can't even get their job done because they're on social media. Go to the bathroom, checking their Facebook, checking their Instagram, checking TikTok. On break, checking Facebook, checking Instagram, checking. So what I'm telling you people, this is all by design to lull you to sleep. Now, yes, I am on social media. Yes, I use platforms of social media to make my money or to generate business. But I am not caught up into the lulling or the programming of social media. And I know some of y'all see me out with brother, you be on all the time. Yes, because you know what I'm watching? I'm watching trends. I'm watching who's buying what, who's not buying. Because if the trend is moving toward a certain product, then I need to be on that product and I need to start building me a page, putting me a business around this so I can push this thing, push that product out there myself. See, it's lonely being successful because everybody else is caught up in the fun. People are out partying, spending their money. I don't know nobody who goes to the club and just drink one drink. And especially with the prices that they're charging right now, you're talking about $25 to get in, and then another $10 to $15 per drink. You're gonna have two drinks. That's $30. So you're looking at 55, $60 you're out of right, huh? 55, $60. You could have put that into your business, investing in more product, buying more books, doing a little bit more product research, paying for some of your apps to go from the standard free app to getting the pro version app to where you can have access to more and create more video content. Mm. You could have went on to any number of websites and joined and learned how to create a lead magnet, a landing page, a lead page, learn how to do a lead generation. You could have put some money into advertising and promoting your product by running an ad campaign. Oh, some people want to go to the club and have fun. Nobody said it was going to be easy. They just said it was going to be worth it. But you don't hear me though. See, when you want, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to wrap this up. I remember one time that my advisor told me, you find somebody's lifestyle, you're willing to trade, and then you listen to them and you do what they did to have that lifestyle. Now, if it's anything short of being, I mean, you don't want to follow nobody that sacrifice their morals or sacrifice whatever faith that they believe in. Now, anybody telling you to do that, but they have those things. They have that lifestyle for a reason. Just ask them, what did you have to sacrifice? What did you have to stop doing? What did you have to give up? And I'm gonna tell you, it's a lot of stuff that we can give up anyway. Man, I had to sack lunch. I sat lunch for 5 years. Ooh, sack lunch. I'll tell y'all what I used to do. I used to go to the grocery store and get that little pack of beef tips. You know, y'all know what I'm talking about, the little stewed beef tips. They pretty much come anywhere from an inch to 2 inches deep. I went and bought me some kitchen shears. And I used to go, I'll buy that beef tip pack. And I would cut those beef tips. Ladies and gentlemen, I still do that to this day. I still do that to this day. And I would have beef and rice and green beans, and I cook me some cornbread and a side salad. I had a whole meal right there, and I cooked. I eat enough for that night, and I had enough to take to work the next day. And then what was left, I would put that into the freezer. That's a quick meal for another day. If I got behind in work by doing work, I would go. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. Here's another jewel I'm gonna drop y'all. Then I'm gonna get out. This is how bad I want it. This is how bad I want it. Now, you know, a pack of chicken tenders is going to cost you anywhere from $7 to $10, right? But you can go and buy a 4 pack of chicken breast for $4 to $5. Ooh, are y'all picking up what I'm putting down with the bone? I would buy the chicken breast with the bone. I would pull that big piece of meat back and I would run that knife right up under that bone. I taught myself how to debone by watching YouTube videos. I would pull that knife back and let that fillet just come right on off the bone. And then right when you pull that big hunk of fillet off, that chicken tender is laying right there in the joint. And then I would cut down both sides of that chicken tender, and then that thing would just lift right up out of it. That's one chicken tender. I got 4 of these, so I know I'm gonna have at least 4 chicken tenders. But then this is what I do. I'll take that big chunk of filet, y'all know what I'm talking about. When you go to the store, and you see how thick that chicken breast is. Now, if you don't know how to cook, nobody I know ever cooks that big, thick chicken breast because you can't cook that thing fast on like regular chicken because the middle won't be done. But I take that fillet and I'll tuck it up and then I run that knife down the middle of it. This is how bad I wanted to live this life. I cut out everything else. So I'm also adjusting that into my grocery bill. That's why my grocery bill never got over $120. If I went over, actually, if I went over $80, I was mad. But I would take that chicken breast and cut that in half. Now I got 2 breast fillets. I'm going to take one of those fillets, put that off on the side, and the other fillet, I'm going to cut that and make me some more chicken tenders out of it. See, when you have that type of determination and drive, ladies and gentlemen, I know I'm going to have 4 fillets. I know I'm going to have anywhere from, I'm going to have 12 chicken tenders. I already know that. And I'll season it all up. I use my freezer bags, which I still do to this day. And I'll put some of it into the freezer bag, put that in the freezer. And then what I'll just say, like if I'm going to cook some chicken tenders on Friday, Saturday, when my daughters is there, boom, that's what I'll do. And I already have my menu. I was so into this business and making my dreams come to reality and no longer dreaming. I knew that the sacrifices that I made on the front end was going to award me the life that I wanted on the back. This is how when anybody asks me, how are you doing? I'm living my dream and loving my life. I got to sit on my hands and keep waving at people because I know what I sacrificed 5 and 7 years ago to get to this point where I can say I can do whatever I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it. Now, this is the point that I'm getting to, ladies and gentlemen. When you enroll into digital target marketing, it shouldn't take you 7 years because I am going to tell a good coach, and this is what I put in the description. This is why you need a coach. A good coach will tell you where every bomb is. He will tell you every don't. He will also not put up with any excuse because I didn't even give myself a excuse. I wanted to trust and believe. When that man told me to write a book, yeah. And all he told me was, "You'll figure it out." Wait a minute, that's all I'm gonna get? Is that you'll figure it out? That's all you're gonna tell me. I'm gonna figure it out. You'll figure it out. And guess what? I did. Now, one, Well, two, three. Another thing a good coach would do, a good coach will keep you motivated. He will keep you motivated. I just talked to a brother this morning. Uh, um, he's one of the collaborating authors in my latest book that's coming out in September. And the brother was going through, he's going through transition. And you know, all I did, ladies and gentlemen, I told him what his name meant. I told him what his name meant. I said, brother, your name in Arabic is taken from Ibrahim, which in the English translation is Abraham. Now, Abraham in the English translation means father of many, father of many. Now, in the Arabic translation, it means father to many. Ooh, come on. See, when you're a father to many, that means you affect and you influence everybody that's around you. That's not father of many. Father of many means to sire. But when you are father to many, that means you got impact. This is what I told him. I said, brother, that's why you love being on that stage. Because it's in your very nature to be on that stage with that microphone because you are impacting everybody that can do your Sometimes as a good coach, that's all you got to do is keep your people motivated. Listen, life is happening to all of us. But just like my advisor told me, don't sit here and tell no sad. America is full of sad stories. People want to read the overcoming story, how you overcame those obstacles, those issues, those problems. That's what America loves. America loves a comeback. Come on, get rid of all that smoke and mirror stuff. Nobody care about you being a woman. Nobody care about you being black. Nobody care about you being a child, old. Guess what? God don't care. Read it. It's in the book. You ain't got to take my word for it. You think God care about your feelings? For real? Read it. I had one scripture where he cared about the people's feelings after he had already done passed. He didn't do it in the time of Noah when he still drowned them folks. And they was out there, oh, we didn't know. Save us, Lord, save us, Lord. He didn't care nothing about them folks' feelings. He didn't care nothing about Pharaoh's feelings when the sea took him up. See, nobody, we all face the problem. We all got problems, ladies and gentlemen. Come back. Oh. So when I tell people when I was in Jacksonville, that's in the first book, ladies and gentlemen. When I was in Jacksonville, Florida, and I didn't have nowhere to go because my pride, I had to shut my mouth off so much and so big, I didn't even want to go home. Oh, but the comeback was I did. And when I did, my life took off. Because I had a coach or an advisor. He'll never say he's a coach to me, but he kept me motivated. And he didn't take my excuses and he didn't let me quit. I tell all of my clients, I don't say students, all of my clients, this ain't my dream. Your life is not my dream. I'm living mine. I'm here to help you live yours. And I will not allow you to quit. Don't give me no excuse. Don't give me no excuse. I'm not hearing it. Find a way. Make it happen. I can promise you it will be well worth it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm R.D. Muhammad with Book R.D. Muhammad right here, plugging you in with some more information that you need in order to make you successful. Somebody needed to hear that. Somebody needs to hear this today. Nothing happens in this life by accident. I don't know why it was given to me or laid upon me to give it, but I did. I fulfilled my mission because somebody out there needed to know that what you are going through, God is not that cruel to tailor make products just for you. That would make God a complete butthole. To tailor make problems, situations, circumstances just for you that nobody else is going through but you. Come on. Let that sizzle in your spirit for a minute. God made hard-headed children. He made your children the only hard-headed children in the world. He made your children the only children that talk back and don't listen. No, he made your husband the only one in the world that done cheated on their wife. No, he didn't. He made your wife the only one who done cheated on her husband in the world. No, your problems and your issues are not tailor-made just for you, but they are for you to show the manifestation for somebody else. Oh, come on now. Give them this work. I'm giving y'all this work today. You are going through something for somebody else to see the manifestation in the full grace. I don't care what you believe. Listen, I'm not qualified to be no preacher, no pastor, no minister, no none of that. I'm not qualified. But I am here to tell you that when I realized that what I was going through was not tailor made for me, I was talking to my mother, just talking about a month ago. I said, Mama, you know what? I welcome it. I'm thankful for the problem that God saw fit, that He knew that I was strong enough to handle it. And I didn't crumble. I didn't break like I did years ago. See, I put up a video with Mike Tyson last week. And Mike Tyson in that video said that God punishes us by giving us what we ask for. Let that sizzle in your spirit for a minute. God gives you what you ask for as a form of punishment to see if you prepare to have it. Woo-hoo, that thing touched me so deep. I was sitting there like, wow, I never thought about it. But when you sit back and you look at, you can't have a testimony if you've never been tested. Huh? And God always tries you with that, with what you love more than you love Him. No matter what school of thought that you study or you believe in, and that really don't matter. All of the books, the religious books, say the same thing. God is a jealous God. He will have no other God before Him. Ask the time of Moses when they built that golden calf out. See, it's like that person when he's been blessed or given a nice Bentley Continental GT, and he washed that thing 2, 3 times a week. Next thing you know, boom, it'll have been in the ring. Because you didn't give honor and reverence to the one who gave it to you in the first place. And you pampering that car like it's a woman or a child or something. People got plastic all in the bottom of their floor. Man, don't get in here with them dirty shoes on. Really? I know people like that. Straight up. I know people like that. I know some people, man, they love their house and their driveway so much. If your car drips oil, you're not even allowed to pull your car in their driveway. You got to park it on the street. Next thing you know, the whole house is cold. Come on now. In this life that we live, family, this is why my favorite story in the book of Bible is Job. Job was tried back to back to back to back. As quick as you can read it in the verses, somebody else was coming up. Boom, boom. It was hitting him left and right. The funny thing to me now, this is why I say I ain't qualified to be no preacher, because I would have killed the messenger. somebody that came in and that killed all the cattle, all the livestock, and left me to come back and tell you about it. Really? Okay, you should have stayed out there with the cows and the cattle that got killed too. Your, uh, your children was in your eldest son's house having a party, and then they came in and killed everybody except me. So I could come and tell you. That's why I said I would have killed the messenger. I'm still street now. For real. But in the midst of it, just as quick as you can read it, first sentence, first sentence, first sentence, first sentence, lost, 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 lost. That man sat down there and said, the Lord give it to me, the Lord take it. That's why I told him, even to the point his own wife, the woman that gave him children, the woman that he lay with every night. She said, you ought to go and cuss God and die. And then Joe turned around and said, woman, you sound like I'm gonna leave the one that gave me all of this. Oh, y'all don't hear me though. Nobody said it was going to be easy. I'm just telling you, it's going to be worth it. Just like it was in Job. Put yourself into the scripture. Everything that you're going through, ladies and gentlemen, especially when you start out on this business journey. When you start out on this business journey, everything that you are going to go through is a test that's not for you, but for somebody else. Because they're watching us. They're watching you. They're watching anybody who has said they are successful and then they came from this point to this point. We are being watched. And somebody who either you're watching this live now or you're going to watch this on the replay, somebody is going to connect to this story. Somebody's going to connect to what I'm saying. And they're going to be hidden. Man, look, I feel everything. I'm going through that right now. How do I overcome? And as a coach, oh, this is what you need to do. You need to come up with a plan. Then you need to put that plan on a timeline. Then you need to talk to your significant other. Tell them the plan so they can come in and support you. The worst thing you want to do as an entrepreneur is come in because you've been out here grinding so hard. The worst thing you want to do is come into your house where it's the only place that you got peace, and your partner, your wife, your husband is sitting there with their mouth poked out with like a roll of quarter. And they're mad. Now you got to deal with this. On top of being tired before you even go to sleep. Trust me, I've been there, family. When somebody tells you we're not in a relationship, I feel like I got a roommate. Oh, Lord have mercy. Now I got to deal with this. I might as well not even tell you that I ain't making no money. Because the first thing that's going to come out is you need to just quit that job or stop that business. You're wasting your time. What you need to do is put some extra time in at Mr. Challenge job. He paying time and a half over there, and you over here spending all. Family, I'm telling you, nobody said it was going to be easy. But I can tell you, as I stand here today, I'm 4 books into the game, 8 businesses into the game, 2 I'm partnered in, and I hope I have 7,500 people that follows my page on one page, another 5,000 people on another page, another 1,600 on YouTube, another 1,500 on another YouTube page. It's all worth it. You know? And now, when it gets to the point, ladies and gentlemen, that you can wake up naturally, see, some of us ain't never woke up naturally. That means no alarm clock, no place in particular to go. I was up this morning at 4 o'clock in the morning for no reason at all. Just my mind said, "Okay, you've had enough sleep." Hey, ladies and gentlemen, hey, if you want to know more about book digital target marketing and book RD Muhammad, We have 15 courses now, ladies and gentlemen. 15 courses. And after just a 15-minute consult talking with you, I can let you know what program will be perfect for you. And if you don't know what you want to do, a good coach will help you find something that will match you, that you will be all in. It's not about the money, ladies and gentlemen. And people tell you that all the time. I mean, I know people hear that. Money ain't everything, but it helps. Because there's nothing in our lives that we can have without money. And don't give me that hocus pocus. I can sit outside and enjoy the sunset. Look, if you ain't got no money, if your bills ain't paid up, you ain't enjoying no sunset. You at work trying to make some money. Come on now. Love, love don't cost no money. The devil is a lie. Try to go down there and pay the power company with love and see what they do. Try to go pay the gas man with love and see if your gas stay on next month. See, this is what we've been programmed in love to sleep. And it's just like hearing that violin. And we just go right on to sleep. I'll see you guys on the other side, man. Hey, again, if you want to know more about digital target marketing and book RD Muhammad, check me out. Hit me up 256-438-9344, or you can send me an email at robert@bookrdmonline.com. I'll talk with you guys later. I'll see y'all on the other side. Peace.